What a look back at Filipe Toledo. The alley-oops heard around the world. Back-to-back alley-oops for one of the most impressive performances we've seen at Jeffreys Bay that we'll talk about forever. Last year went on to the final to beat Frederico Moraes. Won this event for the first time for himself, the first time for Brazil, and still enters this contest as the guy to beat. Toledo taking on Yago Dora in an all-Brazilian matchup. Waves on the way. Setting up the first one, Toledo. Yago not even interested, even though he's sitting a bit deeper. Filipe Toledo driving down the line. Building some speed. And just tracking for a major section down the point here. Nice clean top turn round. Nice calm pace and tempo for the defending event champ. Goes for a big tail-high whip, an awkward fall there. Board heading right for his face, but looked like he got out of there. So you see that just when he's driving and hunting down the line, all eyes are on Filipe Toledo. That's not going to be a big score, but he'll look to make up for it down through the inside. All set up work, driving off the bottom. Clean top turn carve, belting it off the lip. Now into a hollow section here at Jeffreys Bay. Toledo goes the distance. Big tail blow out the back. Hangs those fins out and pulls it. So almost thinking that first wave was just a warm-up, readjusted position down the line, and then steals the show quickly here in round 3, heat number 7.
This looked like a really small inside wave, Joe, and kind of the waves you just sort of pass up, but Filipe Toledo saw something different. Nice speed turn right there, throwing the fins right into the face of the wave, and again, snapping it up nice and tight. But have a look at this tube right here. I mean, nice and deep. Came out so clean as well, and then finished off really strong. So Filipe Toledo catching that wave halfway back out, putting a score on the board. The first one didn't really come into play, and it seemed to me like he wanted to fix that mistake up straight away, which he did. A couple of big turns in the pocket, and then found this little inside section. I mean, look how hollow that was as he comes flying out the end, and then finishes really strong on the inside. And that's exactly what you got to do here at Jeffreys Bay. We saw how important it was on that last hit with Wiggly Dantes falling off and coming up just short of taking out Julian Wilson. You really do have to finish your wave strong here at Jeffreys Bay. Filipe knows that as good as anyone. And look at this tube, Joe, nice and clean. I mean, that thing opened up wide for Filipe Toledo, showing some variety, showing some flair as he comes through that inside bowl.
A
Beautiful
special
snap.
turn on the inside. What's the risk factor there? I'm trying to blow your board out the back. Got to wave at JB here.
Yeah, well, for the average surfer, very high risk, but for Filipe Toledo, that's just a walk in the park, really.
Over there in Brazil, he's going to let this one drift through, but Filipe wants it. One of the scariest competitors surfing under priority. Already flowing down the line, surfing with confidence every time he competes. Clean front side wrap. Hard off the bottom, a layback gouge at the best part of the wave. Belting it off the lip now. Flowing through his points to the inside corner. Attacking the end section, even through the foam on the face. So tap it shut. There's no water left to land him. Unbelievable commitment. He's going to get ragdolled through the bricks here.
Wow, that's super dangerous stuff right there from Filipe. I mean, have a look at that, guys.
What happened on this one, Potts?
Well, it's an insider again. I mean, Yago Dora didn't even show any kind of interest in it. Filipe said, thank you very much. I will take it, and I'll increase my lead. Got caught up just a little bit on that occasion. Came around the section, setting up turn number 2. Now he hooks into it. Slightly caught up yet again on that second turn. Now he starts to get those fins free. And again, just rattling off some big turns. Bangs it off the lip. Now you can see him assessing the situation through the inside and said, you know what? I'm going to go for it no matter what. And dry docked himself on probably one of the most dangerous section here at Jeffreys Bay, right on that inside. So Toledo really going for it. And as you said, Joe, that 2-point ride on wave number 1, long gone. He's going to extend his lead over Yago Dora, put him in a little bit more of a detrimental combination situation. I mean, have a look at this. Bangs it up through the lip, and literally on dry reef was Filipe Toledo. How did he get away with that, Joe?
Unbelievable. Control on the finish. Made sure he got credit for it first, and then he was just thinking for a soft spot to just jump off.
Oh my gosh.
Which is almost impossible right there.
Well, let's have a look at the maneuvers here from Filipe Toledo. the part of his game that for me is getting better and better, that power base, those big carving turns. I mean, he's growing up, he's still young, he's getting bigger and stronger day by day, and so are those turns, Joe.
5, Toledo. I bet that was worth it to get bounced on the bricks. Big, severe combo that Yago's trying to break down. Dora pushing it off the roof. Nice off the bottom. Clean re-entry on the open face. Another clean rip off the top. Controlled bottom turn. Nice snap. It's hung up for a moment. Puts him behind for that late float. Manages to stomp it. So feeling all the energy of Toledo's start. Yago staying calm and comfortable for the answer back.
Yago Dora's just got to focus on his game. Focus on the waves he catches. Focus on his big turns. And try and lay down some huge scores, because he's going to have to. 16-point combo at the moment. Yago Dora goes to town on wave number 1. Nice turn right there in the pocket. Beautiful arcing maneuver, and again hooks it through the lip. Waiting for this wave to get a bit more vertical. Now it does. He kind of gets hooked up just a little bit there, but then manages that 2-for-1 combo through the inside. So a well-surfed wave right there from Yago Dora. He's going to get himself back in the heat. Anything over a 6-point ride, Joe, will get himself out of that combo situation. Nice turn right there from Yago. Kind of got hung up here just a little bit on this turn. Bang, got held up just a little bit at the lip, but it kind of put him in a really good position to make that last maneuver nice and critical. Beautiful deep bottom turn, and there's that carving maneuver. Got stuck in the lip just a little bit, and it really made this next turn a lot more critical. That's the body language there. Just beautiful style from Yago Dora.
Has 2 round 3 exits this season. Those are his throwaways at the moment. So the lowest score he'd be keeping this year would be a semifinal finish that he had in Rio. This one's still in the making. Live action, Toledo looking to better a 7-5. Stands nice and high on that board. Gets a completion out of the barrel. Back to turns. Down carve to set up the lip to hit. Big wind up. Crushes it over the roof. Wide open pit. Filipe gets out front, decides to avoid that section wisely. Goes for a deep grab rail finishing move. Setting that rail through the open face. One of the best entertaining surfers on the planet. Defending his title is so sweet.
That vibe where he just could not wait to get into the lineup. Actually almost like running over those sharp muscles along the reef. And he doesn't have any booties on, so he was just really, didn't even, no mind to the feet. But when he got in the water, you could see him just so excited. When you get him on these waves, you see him go down the line, just looking at that lip line, and he's just in the mind, wondering what he's going to do. But I think that the tube always wins. He's always looking for that barrel. As you see him going down the line there, he's always kind of thinking about being inside of the tube, and it's almost an odd thing about surfing that you just want to be inside that tube. But you know what? Once he saw that there was no barrel, he went out there and did that huge down carve on the end of that wave with so much power and that contortion. He really does know how to get that frame. He's not a really big guy. He's not a heavy guy, but he's got the form.
Never a guy that's in a formula. Okay, do these types of turns and get the job done. He's given us everything every time he competes. Yago now looking. Dora's second effort of the matchup. Low tail incomplete. So we'll still stand by for the update of the last score there.
I think he's, he's such a relatively young guy still. I think he's, 23 years old. But he surfs like a grommet. He surfs like he's 17 and it's the first contest he's ever surfed in him. And he has that, here he goes, what's he going to do here? Oh.
Going for the...
You don't see that often from Filipe. I just love the intensity of him.
Possibility here stretching out here at Jeffreys Bay for the rookie on tour. Smaller one already towards the inside section. It's going to be a tough one to really earn a massive number, but he's going for it. Yago getting caught behind on the opening section, and Toledo will take out a major win here in round 3 with a couple of big 8s. 8.5 the high, 8.10 the low score, and still showing that he's in form to defend his title here at J Bay.